This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
The 7 at 7 on Play 107.
We decided to count down the top 7 things you leave behind and where today. So here's an example that didn't make the cut, an honorable mention. Wallet in your other pants that ends up getting washed. That seems to happen to a lot of people.
I can't relate with that because I don't bring my wallet anywhere. People pay for everything.
Oh,
everything
please.
For me.
It's because your wallet's like the size of a small car and you need to carry it in a purse the size of a big van.
It's so true.
Number 7, packed lunch that
Yep.
you intended to take to work on your kitchen counter.
And then you're so cranky.
Oh, especially if you
all
made
day.
it good.
It was like your spaghetti leftovers, which are always better the second day.
Or like a sandwich that like you put that extra time into. You spread that mayo perfectly.
Or your significant other made it for you, and then you have guilt all day because you didn't appreciate it and bring it.
Yeah, that's a bad one. Number 6 is kids' toys at a friend's house at a play date. You always leave something behind.
Every single time I have a friend that comes over with their child,
Yeah.
I'll be like, they'll be leaving. They're leaving out the door, and I'm like, can't wait to find something. And text you a picture of it and let you know it's still here.
Yeah, it's like a bingo game. We currently have a baby bottle in the fridge.
Yeah, it had my sister's breast milk in it. And I was like,
What?
I was like, what should I cook with this? Should we make cookies?
It had her breast milk?
Yeah. Did you drink it?
Wow, I was using it in my coffee.
Yeah, right.
Thought it was just normal milk. Number 5, keys in your other jacket. Now, this doesn't pertain to people who usually park their car outside because they would end up using their keys to lock their house, but more so for garage people that have access to their garage because you go down to your car and then you reach in your pocket to get it going.
Oh, no.
And you're like, oh, other jacket.
I don't have that luxury because I'm a street parker.
Don't guilt me. I offered the other garage to you for $50 a month.
I'm not paying that. I'm not paying.
And our other roommate is. Yeah. So away she goes.
Away she goes. You're right. Okay, so again, we're counting down the top 7 things that you leave somewhere and where it is that you leave it.
Does that make me sound really cheap? That I'm charging for my garage? I don't know. Seemed to make sense at the time.
Maybe, especially because it's not a heated garage. So really, what's the point?
Okay. Number 4, we have your jacket at the bar in coat check.
Honestly, I used to work in a bar, and when people would leave their jackets, I was eyeing them up. I was like, what? How long is it going to take for someone to come get this? If it's here for longer than a week, can I have it?
They're just wearing their whiskey jacket outside. You know, they're warm no matter where they go. Number 3, we have your packed up leftovers that you get the server to pack up for you, and you leave that on the table. Number 2, we have your mask in the car. When you're going somewhere, lock the car, you're walking in,
Turn around
and go get your
and then
mask.
you've got this shame because you're like, I look like an anti-masker. Because you're like starting to walk into Walmart, and then you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I once at a grocery store forgot my mask completely. I don't know how. Like, it's pretty top of mind, but I'm deep. Like, I have 15 items already in my cart when I realize it.
You're just smiling at everyone as you pass.
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
hey, good morning.
And then I was like, oh, dang. So I bought a 50-pack because that's all that I could find just to get one mask. And I was like, this is ridiculous. We're almost out of this anyway.
Yeah.
Why would I buy a 50-pack? It's like $20, but whatever. And now, like, we've almost used the entire 50-pack since because this thing will never end. And number 1, for things that you leave behind, your phone on top of a public bathroom toilet paper dispenser. Why is that like a magnet for phones? You set it there when you wipe, I think? Because everybody, when they're going to the bathroom, almost everybody, will get their phone out. And then your pants are all scunched.
Scunched?
When you're sitting. Yeah, they're scunched. Is that not a word?
I want it to be a word.
Okay, they're scunched.
They're scunched.
And you can't, like, put your phone back in your folded pocket.
Play 107.
Hey, I had a story about leaving your phone on the bathroom toilet paper thing.
Yeah, hit us with it.
Yeah, I was like, do you remember going to Lucky 13 when that was around?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so I was like 20 years old, and I thought I was the coolest stuff with, like, my purple phone. You remember when they came out with those square phones? Those square flip phones, everyone thought they were so cool.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you were saying thongs.
No.
And I was like, that sounds like a really uncomfortable thong. Square phones, yeah.
So I forgot it on the little, like, silver lid.
Yep.
And then a week later, I was crying in a student union building at U of A trying to fix my phone bill because somebody took it and they called Africa for, like, an hour.
And so how much was your phone bill?
I think it was like $200, and I was like so upset, and I didn't know what to do, and I never got my phone back. I think I was with Bell, and I think I ended up getting out and paying it.
Oh, my
That would have been
gosh.
really frustrating. And all because you couldn't put your phone in your pocket because your pants were scrunched.
It was, your phone was too big. It was a big old square.
Well, it wouldn't fit in my pants because I was probably wearing a dress, so I was also probably wearing a thong.
So, yes, let's circle back to the thong comment.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Who's this?
Jacqueline.
Play 107.
Hey, I have a really good story about losing a phone.
Sure.
I have a employee this summer. She went to Jasper a day trip for a hike with her boyfriend, and she said they took a bunch of photos of the top of this hike that took them about an hour and a half, and they got back to their car to drive back home on the same day and realized they left the phone in the viewpoint and they had to do the entire hike all over again.
Oh,
to get
no.
their phone.
That
They
is-
asked every person on the way down, but nobody saw it, and they did find it at the very, very top.
They did find it. Imagine if they didn't.
That'd be worse, yeah.
How tired would you
That
be?
risk. And also, most people go on hikes just for the Instagram post.
Exactly.
So they're like, we need it. So we have proof that we did that we did
Yeah, I
this.
was like, you look really tired today. She's like, oh, I had a long day, and then she told me that story. I was like,
No
oh.
kidding. Time for Unsung Heroes, where we give shout outs to people, places, and things that don't always get the love and attention they deserve. Let me be your hero.
Shout out to pillow fighting becoming a professional combat sport.
What?
Get me out there. I'd be such a champion. Have you seen me at sleepovers? I keep heavy snacks in my pillowcase.
What would a heavy snack be? Like a Toblerone?
Yeah, like not the ones those little dinky ones
No,
that you see
a
at the checkout aisle.
full-sizer, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold it like a bat. Shout out to the new Pam and Tommy movie, which is now streaming.
I think it's a series on Disney
Oh,
Plus.
the series. Okay, I've watched the movie a lot. That's why I was confused.
Shout out to Icy Sidewalks. My calming walk for my mental health has now turned into a personal game of Wipeout.
Wow, well done. I have a slippery one as well.
Okay.
Shout out to being more slippery on Edmonton sidewalks than I ever remember. If you want to go for a run, knock yourself out.
Shout out to people who brag about getting the Wordle on the first try. Okay, we all know that you used your laptop to guess it the first time, and then you switched to your phone. You aren't fooling anyone.
Yeah, one first try out of 6, okay.
Yeah, right.
I watched you do that a couple times,
Yeah,
actually, Lisa.
I'm living proof that some people, everything is a facade. The internet is not real. Do not compare your Wordle to other people's Wordle results. They're lying.
Shout out to January 2022 for coming and going. What a strange year that was.
No kidding. Shout out to getting a zit on your lip and then having to tell everyone you talk to that it's just a zit on your lip.
Yeah, did you have to respond to some comments on your TikTok video?
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed it. I was like, looks like a cold sore.
It's not a cold sore. You guys, I've never had a cold sore, but I do get zits on my lip. I think it's because I eat full rotisserie chickens over the sink and they can get really greasy.
Yeah.
So it clogs the lip pore. Lips have pores.
And finally, shout out to Punxsutawney Phil,
Who?
the most well-known of the groundhogs.
Oh, wow. You know how to say that word in front? I always just go with Phil because I can never pronounce it.
Anyway, he saw his shadow this morning, meaning 6 more weeks of nobody under 60 cares about this anymore. We had our little brainstorm sesh with the boss about what to do for Valentine's Day this year. So we decided, rather than, celebrating couples like most years with Valentine's Day, that we want to send love in a little bit of a Valentine's-y way to our first responders. So we're asking you to nominate somebody who's, rolled up their sleeves over the last couple years and really got to work. And we have a bunch of feel-good packages from our friends at Confetti Sweets, Estelle Academy of Hair Design, and Bayberry's Intimates. So you can get your lingerie, you can get your treats, you can get your hair did. Those packages will be given to first responders. I want to read one of the ones that we got already.
Yes,
just
please
to
do.
Show what we're working with here. This one says, my unsung hero is my daughter. She graduated in 2019 from high school, took an LPN course, and has been working at a retirement home during the past 2 years while attending college to complete her nursing degree.
Wow.
Many times she was afraid to go to work because of the outbreaks, and of course she had many scares, but through it all she's persevered and is still in school and working as much as possible at the retirement home.
Wow.
So we're getting stories like that just rolling in, and it feels good to be able to give back to people that have given so much to us the last couple of years.
You can nominate starting now, all the way leading up to February 13th. You just got to go to play107.com/win, and you can fill out a form there with who you want to nominate.
Tom Holland mixed up an item that was gifted to him from Mark Wahlberg. We're going to get into that in a second here. They're on the set of Uncharted, and so they're starting to do their press now because that drops on February 18th. A lot of people looking forward to this movie, especially people that were attached to the video game over the years.
There you go. I love Tom Holland, so I will be watching.
Let's hear what happened with the little mix-up of the gift from Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg was kind enough to give me a massage gun, and he drove me back to my hotel, and at the time I was confused as to what kind of massage gun this was, having never seen one before, and I thought it was the type of self-pleasure, and I thought Mark Wahlberg was driving me back to my house for other reasons other than just being a gentleman. And I didn't know you. It's Hollywood, baby. Who knows what's going to happen?
Okay, Austin Powers.
Hollywood, baby.
It's Hollywood, baby.
This was Mark Wahlberg's very deadpan response to it.
I have a company with Power Plate, and we make the best massage guns out there. So I was like, I want to gift you one. This would be great for your recovery and everything else. And he's just kind of looking at me. And then I was like, hey, let me drive you back because you don't have to take an Uber or whatever. And I'm driving with this massage gun, and I can't believe the whole time you're thinking that. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. You got to get your head out of the gutter, buddy.
I just experienced the massage gun over the weekend.
First time?
My buddy had one when we went snowboarding, and they are incredible.
I've always wondered what they were because I've seen guys using them. They'll like pump a bunch of weights at the gym, and then they'll...
Oh, then they take their massage guns to the gym?
Yeah, then they're using it like while they work out.
That'd probably feel pretty good.
Yeah, I've always wanted to ask, what is that?
There was one guy that was like, oh, yeah, they're useless. They don't do anything. I was like, well, it's making my sore muscles feel terrific right now. So how can you possibly argue that it does nothing? Like, you can maybe argue that it doesn't heal you or speed up recovery, but you actually can't argue that it does nothing because I'm in like...
The best zen.
Yes, exactly. And I was in pain 2 minutes ago. So
okay.
They're pretty good. We wanted to ask, though, at 780-784-7107, if you've ever mixed up an item. Like, if you ever used something and then you found out later it was actually meant for something else.
Remember that time that you thought my Diva cup was a measuring cup and you were making rice?
I was actually hoping to forget that.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.